Good morning, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe Viewers Amazing News. Viewers, decades-old hospital samples have helped University of East Anglia (UEA) researchers uncover how a deadly antibiotic-resistant superbug quietly tightened its grip across the globe. Yeah, it lurked in hospital corridors for decades, largely unnoticed by the wider public. But now an international team, including scientists at the Quadram Institute and in Canada and Mexico too, have uncovered how one of the world's most feared superbugs rose to global domains. Viewers, in a groundbreaking new study, researchers pieced together the genetic history of Acinetobacter baumannii, a notoriously stubborn hospital pathogen, using samples stretching back as far as the 1970s. Yeah, they found that this bacterium evolved and adapted quietly for decades, accumulating small changes that eventually made it resistant to antibiotics. The study, new isolates from the 1970s to early 2000s, provide insights into the evolution of Acinetobacter baumannii in international clone 2, and its registome was published in the journal Microbial Genomics. Lead researcher Dr. Benjamin Evans from UES Norwich Medical School said, "We know that bacteria that cause infections in people can adapt to the antibiotics we use to treat them, rendering the antibiotics ineffective. So we looked at a specific type of bacterium called Acinetobacter baumannii from the 1970s to the present day. And this bacterium particularly thrives in hospital environments and can cause infections that are extremely difficult to treat, particularly for vulnerable patients. Understanding how it evolved into such a formidable threat is really important in stopping its spread. But until now, the genetic events behind this bacterium's success were poorly understood. What we found is that it was adapted in waves, with each wave producing bacteria that were better adapted to resist antibiotics than the previous wave. Our work provides one of the clearest pictures yet of how antibiotic resistance can accumulate gradually and then suddenly tip the balance in favor of the pathogen. Yeah, one thing is clear. This superbug did not just appear, it was decades in the making and it's still evolving. Then the exclusive report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, Bharat.